I guess so. Last question I have for you then would be, if you were talking to yourself now, to the person who before signed up, or somebody
Yeah.
else who's like hesitant but like wanting to figure it out and see a little bit more, what would you tell that person who's kind of on the fence about getting started?
I would say setbacks are always going to happen, but at the end of the day, you got to put yourself first. If you've noticed that you've been up and down with your journey of fitness and you've never you don't find progress, you don't find, solutions, and you're still, stuck, definitely give this a try. Definitely put yourself first. Give this a try. Don't think about what's going to happen in the future. Things come and go, money comes and goes, sorry. Money comes and go, but at the end of the day, put yourself first. Put your health first and don't hesitate. I mean, I work in the medical fields. I should be the first one to advocate for this. So like at the end of the day, like if you want to live, if you want to, have longevity, and have, you know, be there for your family or whatever it is that your goals are, do it for yourself, and that way in the future you can look back and say, give yourself a pat on the back and be like, you know what, I'm glad that I did this. Because
That's sweet.
at the end of the day, there's this thing that I saw recently where it says if you don't take care of yourself now, you're gonna regret it in the future.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's so true, man. I mean, like if you, yeah, I've heard a lot of different similar ones to that, where it's like, you can either pay with your time and your money now, or you can pay
Yeah,
with your health later, right?
exactly.
And
Yeah,
we people forget that cost is not just associated with a financial price tag. It's also
yeah,
associated with like the time and the energy and the time that you have on earth, like all those, there's a lot of
exactly.
other
Yeah,
costs that in my opinion are a lot stronger than a financial one, even though it can
yeah,
obviously sting and be kind of scary initially. But
yeah,
dude, I appreciate your thoughts and your feedback. That
yeah.
means a
You're
lot to
welcome,
me.
man.
Like these conversations are super helpful.
Yeah,
Let's talk about you. Let's talk about like where you're at and everything. I know that you've just been sick for a while.
yeah,
And so we've had like that setback, and that's something that you can't necessarily control. Weight's kind of
yeah,
fluctuated a little bit. I'm not worried about your weight crawling up a couple pounds. Like you haven't been able to do everything that we've been talking about and doing.
yeah,
It's likely just some inflammation, some water. So we're not going to stress on that. But if we're thinking into the future and having a set vision for yourself right now, because I've got, a 170 pound weight goal 50 days from now. That's coming up really quick. We've had a significant setback with you being sick for a long period of time.
yeah,
Let's talk about like what the ultimate weight on the scale would look like for you in terms of like where you'd like to be for the rest of your life.
yeah. So for right now, I'm obviously, like I remember saying, 170 is something that I would like to reach, but I think for now, like obviously I know that weight also doesn't just come from fat and water. I mean, it also comes from your muscle. So obviously I'm going to be gaining muscle due to how much, I'm lifting and everything, and how much I'm gaining with the muscle.
Hmm.
I think if anything, I think my ideal weight would be 180 for the rest of my life.
Nice.
170 would be perfect just to reach it. That'd be awesome to reach it. Be like, all right,
Hmm.
cool, I did it. I'm hearing it, but now to be where I want to be in life is 180,
Okay.
185, around that way.
Cool. 180, 185. That's
Yeah,
good. So let's go ahead and I'm just updating your profile as we're chatting here then. I think that that's great. I think that 170 is definitely doable, and I think that we should definitely get there to know what it's like to get there.
yeah,
Ideal body weight long term 180, and then being able to like allow yourself a buffer for where you
yeah,
want to be long term. So for me,
yeah,
like I've been training since I was 10 years old. I've built a lot of muscle as a
yeah. I've
natural
seen
and
your videos.
not focusing purely
Yeah,
on bodybuilding or muscle building my entire
yeah,
fitness career, but I've built a good base. And at 5'9", 172 pounds for me is like lean. I got the abs. I got the striations in my legs. Like I really like 172 for like a photo thing, but right now I'm about 177, and so for me is like as long as I can stick to somewhere between 170 and 180, I'm pretty comfy. Anything more than
yeah,
180, I feel a little bit fluffier than I need to be, and it's easy to manage. So we want to have like a good buffer. I think that for you, similar, like a
Yeah.
170 to 180 is like a great spot for you to be able to float and coast around in long term. And
Perfect.
then the reason why I think it's important for us to get to 170 is so you know what it takes to get there. Then when you want to get down again and you're going on a trip or something like that, you have the tools to get down there in a couple months max.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.